Welcome back. I'm Larry. So today we're going to be working on my 1977 Ford truck. So today we're going to be installing a brand new window regulator in the driver's side door of this truck. If you look, this window regulator is just plain and simply worn out. It's got a lot of slop in it, a lot of play. When I'm rolling it up and down, it binds. Sometimes I got to stop and go back down, roll it back up. It'll get caught up and everything. It's worn out. It's no good. It's time to replace it. So here's a look at the part we're going to be installing. I did get this from Jeff's Bronco Graveyard, and there will be a link in the description for this part. So pretty good looking unit. It does, got the spring obviously, everything. It does come pre-greased, but we will add our own grease as well for extra protection, as well as up here in the teeth. See, it says LH for left hand side, which would be driver's side. It does have a brand new nylon roller, so that's good. Okay, so to take this door panel off, we got to remove the window crank, the door handle, and also this cup, and then we have clips all the way around the perimeter of the door panel to pull the door panel off. So we're going to start with the window crank first, just one Phillips head screw. We're going to pull it off. And ordinarily there'll be a plastic washer here, but as you can see, we do not have one, so not have to worry about that. Next, we'll remove this. Okay, so for this, we got one Phillips head screw right here. Just going to remove it. Just like so. All right, then for this door cup, we just have these two Phillips head screws here as well. All right, so next, we're going to remove the door panel. I believe there's 8 clips around the perimeter. You want a tool like this, I'll take a little bit of tape and put over the end of it to help keep from scratching the paint. Just like so. Now you can start wherever you like. I generally start around the bottom. And sometimes you can just pull out like that. Sometimes you don't even need the tool if the clips are weak enough. Like this. And see, you might not even need the tool, which is even better. Okay, we didn't need the tool at all. Okay, so we have 3 bolts right here. These 3 bolts right here hold the window regulator to the door. But we're going to have to roll the window down some to see where the roller is. So then once we take those bolts loose, we can slide the roller out of the track. We're going to roll our window down. And then right here you can see our roller and our track. So once we remove these 3 bolts, we'll be able to slide it out. Now, you will need something to hold the window, because if your seals up top, if your felts are nice and tight, it may stay on its own. But if they're worn out, like these kind of are, then we're going to need to put a piece of wood or something down here to hold the window up. So I'll generally take a 2x4 or something and stick down in here. And so that's about the right height. We can actually let our window down a little more to rest on that. And now it won't fall. Okay, so we're going to remove these 3 7/16 bolts. I like to go through and loosen on mine first, and then take them out one at a time. Okay, now that's loose. Well, I might actually have to roll the window up first and get it out, and then let the window slide down, touch the 2x4. Put a couple of these back just to hold it. Put our window up. Okay, so something I had forgotten about is this bolt here is for your track. we're going to remove it so then that track can kind of move around. And that'll give more room to get this window regulator out. All right, so as you can see, it's a little bit of a juggling act to get it out, but obviously it can be done. And then to make sure the window don't just come crashing down, these seals actually do hold the window, so that's good. That makes it easy. We're just gonna let it rest on that 2x4, and now we can get ready to install the new one. Okay, so here's a side-by-side comparison to them. They look pretty spot on. And they're really not bad at all. And you can look at them and see that they're pretty much identical. The way these mechanisms here are made. The arms look pretty much identical. Yeah, I don't know if this one's original. This one might be an original one. It looks kind of like an original one. But one thing I can say already right now that I don't like about this new one is, like I said, it's pretty much a great spot-on reproduction. But if you noticed, there's no thread nuts on these here where it mounts to the door panel. And that is a little irritating to me because I want that. Because now without them, you're gonna have to sit there with a nut on the back side and hold it while you tighten these down. So I don't like that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find me some nuts that are the same thread, and I'm gonna weld them to the back here. So then when I install this, it'll be just like installing this. It won't be any different. And unfortunately, you can't take these out. So you're really left with no other option. Now you can see I found me 3 nuts to go on there, so we can just weld them to the back side and we'll be good to go. And in case you're wondering, these bolts and nuts are 1/4 20 thread pitch. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use the original bolts to hold it in place. We're going to tighten them down to make sure we get them right in the right spot. Now that'll hold it, so when I come back here, I can put me a couple of little tack welds on here on each side, and it'll hold it and it'll be good as original. We're going to do that for all 3. Okay. I'm going to tack weld these 2 first, then I'll move this out of the way so I can get here and tack weld that one. Okay, so we want to take some of this grease and we're going to apply it inside the windings of this spring here. That way it has good application as it winds and unwinds itself, even on the back side of that longer loop there. Then we want to apply some on the gear itself, and you want to do this on both sides of the gear so then it has good application as the gear teeth are meshing together. Okay, so the next thing that we need to look at before we get ready to install the new window regulators, you got all this old caked up grease in here, and it's not going to lubricate properly like that. So it's not going to work smoothly. So we're going to clean all this crap here out and make it where it operates a nice smoother. So I'll get a wire brush, kind of brush it like so. Make sure you get up and down on it. Take a rag with a little bit of carburetor cleaner or brake cleaner or alcohol or whatever you want to use. We're just going to go here and wipe this up and get all that old grease out of there. So get as much of that old grease out as you possibly can. And then so the fresh grease will actually apply, dry it out really good. That's good to go. Now I won't apply the new grease until after I get the window regulator put in, because it's just messy. Try to deal with it and line everything. I could put the window regulator in, apply a good coat of grease in here, and then work the window back and forth with the regulator, and it'll grease it really good. All right, so let's go ahead and get ready to install this regulator. Get our guide started. Make sure to start it straight. Alrighty. So I'll pull it up tight, see how it's going to work. Like I said, I'll grease this down here, and that'll make it smoother. And I think once it's greased, it will be a lot smoother to operate. So we'll go ahead and get some grease put in there. Some on our finger, rub down that groove. Also the groove up top. Same thing for in here. There's some really good stuff here. I discovered this stuff from Don Rush at West Coast Classic Cougar. It's some really good stuff. Really goes well for lubricating several different parts. So one thing I forgot to mention after installing this is we greased the spring and everything, but I had forgot to grease up in there where it actually pivots on the mechanism. And for that, you will need a spray white lithium grease. Something like this is perfect. Something like that is all you need. And now this window regulator is fully greased, and then you need to get in here with some paper towels and soak up any that you may have spilled. Good to go. So just to show it in motion. It feels nice and firm, nice and smooth. And that is it. It's a done deal. And now that's nice and tight. No more wiggling. All that's left to do now is just put the door panel back on. Okay, door panel is back installed, good to go. And these door panels suck. I will be updating them soon in a future video, but that's all there is for this one, and that one is good and tight now. Alrighty guys, well that's it for that video. The window regulator turned out great. That does kind of irritate me about the whole thread nut insert thing. Is a bit pathetic, if I'm being honest with you, because if you're an average guy that may not have access to a welder or might not know how to weld, I ain't the greatest welder, but I can do it, then that's a problem for you. You know, you got to sit there and fight holding nuts on the backside while trying to start the bolts, and it's a hassle. So that is a pain, and it's cheap and just pathetic. There's no excuse in it. It would not have cost them a whole lot of extra time or money to put some thread nuts in there. So now this ain't just Bronco Graveyard fault. It's whoever manufactured the product itself, the piece. So, and it's not just them. I've checked in this Carpenter. They don't appear to have it in their photos a premium. I've checked pieces on Amazon. Just Bronco, like I said, the same. They're all the same. So whoever is manufacturing these window regulators are sorry. They're lazy, they're sorry, and they're cheap. You know, you might think, oh, it's a small little thing. It doesn't matter. It's the principle of it. It ain't the point. So that is the one gripe for that, you know, but I made it work. So there's that. But other than that, it is a great product. Other than that, everything seems to be good and sturdy, thick steel, like it'll hold up for a long time. So it's just that one thing that really irritates me, because it's like I said, it's the principle of it. So it's like, how much money or time would you really save, or did you save by not putting the thread nut inserts in there? But anyway, whatever, enough of that rant. That's all there is for this video. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free. And if you want to become a member, that's $1 a month. Show a little bit extra support. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the drop box down below. And that's all there is for this one. So until next time, I will see y'all on the next one. Take care.